Gosh, I thought growing a YouTube channel was going to be easy, but after creating over 200 YouTube videos on various channels, I have realized some brutal lessons and truths. And I'm going to share these lessons with you so that you know what really works on YouTube. Nobody cares. So, this YouTube channel of mine, I haven't even told my mom about this channel because I have another monetized channel and my family and friends know about that channel. I feel like it creates more pressure on you because every time you create a video, you may think, oh, well, what will my family and friends think about this video? Should I create this type of video, etc.? But when you know that your family and friends aren't watching, then you have more creative freedom to do as you please. And with your YouTube channel, you may think, well, if I share my YouTube channel with my family and friends, they need to be supportive and they should be watching my YouTube videos because I put so much effort and time into this and it's important to me. But they may not be actually interested in your content. And that doesn't mean to say that they don't love you simply because they aren't watching your videos. But we can't expect people to be interested in something that they just aren't interested in. You can't expect a family member to love watching your cooking videos if they are not interested in cooking at all, or if they aren't even a person that enjoys watching YouTube. Another lesson is that hooks are very important. Now, a hook is the first 10 to 15 seconds of a video. And at first, I used to think that, having this hook, knowing exactly what you're going to be saying in the first 10 to 15 seconds of video, I thought, this is so fabricated. It feels so fake. I don't really want to do this. But then I realized when I used to look at my graphs and my retention graphs for my videos, I used to see that, so many people would drop off in the first 30 seconds. So if you want people to stick around to watch the rest of your video, you need to have strong hooks so that you can catch them, grab their attention so that they can watch the rest of your video. So hooks, I've learned, yes, they are very, very important. Huge lesson, provide value for your audience. Because when your audience is watching your content, they need to feel like you have shared value, whether you have an educational channel or whether you have an entertainment channel. They need to feel like they have either learned something or that you've provided value in terms of making them laugh, in terms of them learning a new skill. Also, just because I understand something, when I'm trying to explain it to my audience, I need to understand that they may have never heard of this concept before. When you provide value for your audience, also make the information easy for them to understand. So when I talk about monetization, for example, I have to understand that not everyone understands the requirements for monetization for long-form videos on YouTube, which is 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers within a 1-year time frame. So you have to be able to provide information that is easily understandable for your audience. The next lesson is understand who your audience is and what they want. Do you know your audience? How do you get to know your audience? Well, look at what they are saying in the comments. Look at other similar channels to your channel in the same niche as yours. And you can do your research by looking at comments on those channels as well. When you understand who your audience is and what they want, you start creating content for your audience so that it aligns with what they need. Use storytelling. Now, I'm still learning this. And storytelling is important because it helps us to connect with each other. I grew up in apartheid South Africa. And I often think that, YouTube would be such a great platform for people like me who lived in apartheid South Africa to share their stories. Now, apartheid was a system whereby if you were a person of color like myself, then there were horrible laws in place. You could not live in certain areas. You could not attend certain schools. You could not go to certain restaurants. It was a system which oppressed people of color and was a terrible system. And I often think, one day people will wonder about people who lived through apartheid in South Africa and creating videos on YouTube is a great way to share those stories. But it's also a very painful thing to discuss. Even with storytelling, you can sometimes think, okay, well, how much of myself am I going to share with the world? But the thing that connects us is really about human experiences, and storytelling allows for that. When I think about the fact that I am South African and my great great grandparents came to South Africa from India as indentured laborers, which are semi slaves basically, to work on the sugarcane plantations in South Africa. And I think, I don't have video footage of my great great grandparents. I don't know their stories and their lives. I don't know how it felt for them to be indentured laborers, semi slaves here in South Africa. So, with my great great grandparents who came from India, they worked in South Africa, and it was even said that indentured laborers at the time, they would not allow some of them to go back to India. They would say, well, you can go, but I'm keeping your wife, etc. And these are the stories that we hear. Storytelling allows our viewers to get to know us a bit better. And YouTube is greatly about connecting with other people from all over the world. So storytelling is a huge part of YouTube. I'm still trying to incorporate storytelling in my videos because it doesn't come to me so naturally, but it's something that I'm working on. Now let's chat about batch recording your videos. Because when you're sitting down for a video like this, right, you have your light set up, you have everything set up, and you're ready to go. And you record one video and that's it. But with batch recording, you sit down for a video like this and then you record another video after. Now, initially, I used to do 3 videos at a time, but I found that too exhausting. So I started doing 2 videos at a time. Sometimes I take a bit of a break after the first video. And that helped a lot because I knew, okay, on this day, I'm going to record these videos, then I'm going to edit, etc. And it made me have a system in place. But when I'm creating a long video, then I don't necessarily batch record. I just want to focus on that one video and get that done properly. But if my videos are shorter, then I batch record and try it and see if it works for you, because it's really been a game changer for me. And you don't have to think, oh, I have to run around now and create a new video. You already have videos that you have recorded. You simply have to edit them to publish. Now, everybody talks about consistency on YouTube, and I definitely talk about that as well. But take breaks to avoid burnout. And I say this because on this channel, at one point, I was actually posting videos every single day. And I just had my strategy in place. My focus was there. I knew what I wanted and I was going to go after it. But at the same time, I soon started feeling burnt out. And when you feel just so tired, your creativity really, really dips. So make sure that you have time for yourself and your loved ones, and that you go for those walks, that you read your lovely book, that you watch that nice movie, and that even if you're on YouTube, you're not always researching other channels in your niche, etc. Do research that's very important, but also have breaks from that. Now and then watch something completely different. Like, for example, I was watching this really funny man yesterday, and he does reaction videos. So something very different to my niche. And it was just so hilarious, and it was just great to just laugh. So make sure that you have breaks. I know that you're probably guilty of doing this because I've been guilty too. Stop comparing yourself to other YouTubers, especially those who are in a similar space as you, similar niche as you. Yes, there will always be YouTubers who are ahead of you. But similarly, other YouTubers will look at you because you are ahead of them. So really, your journey is yours. It's yours alone. Don't fixate on comparison because it's soul crushing. It really, really is. Focus on how you can improve your videos. Focus on what you can control. Another lesson is, the temptation of other social media platforms. On this particular channel, I currently have 60 subscribers, and I'm grateful to every subscriber. But sometimes you wish growth was faster. And then I think, oh, but if I was on TikTok, I'd see I'd see faster growth. And you can feel so tempted to just want to give YouTube a break and go and try the other platforms instead. But the thing is, YouTube is the platform that resonates the most with me. And I actually really love the audience here on YouTube. So yes, it can be a long journey at times, but I'm going to focus on YouTube. And I'm not saying that in the future, I won't also put my content on TikTok. I may do that, but for now, my focus is on YouTube and putting my content about YouTube struggles and challenges, etc., here on this platform. Another lesson is when you are creating your YouTube videos, do you speak to one person or as if you're speaking to a group of people? Because often we can say, hi guys, how are you? I know you guys may be thinking this, but people are often watching YouTube videos on their own. So it's a very personal way of connecting with the viewer. So you should be referring to the person as one person. Hi, how are you today? I hope your day is going well. So when you are creating your videos, it also creates less pressure for you when you think you are talking to one person instead of thinking you're talking to thousands of people. It becomes a lot less intimidating. And it also becomes more personal because you feel like you're just connecting with one other person and not thousands of people all at once, which can just feel overwhelming. So when I started on YouTube, I used to create the thumbnails after I filmed the video because I just thought, okay, thumbnails can come later. But now I know what thumbnail I'm going to have. I don't necessarily create it before my video, but I know what my thumbnail should look like. I know what my title is going to be, etc. So knowing that helps you when you are actually recording your video because you know what this entire process is going to look like once it's done. You have the foresight to understand what your objective is from the video that you're recording. So good titles and good thumbnails are really important because it grabs your audience's attention. And if you don't grab your audience's attention, they are never going to watch your video. Now, it took me a while to understand what outlier videos are, but this is really important because an outlier video is, for example, if you see a cooking channel and they have 500 subscribers, but one of their videos has 50,000 views, you know that video is now an outlier video because it's done so well, even though it doesn't have so many subscribers. So you have a cooking channel, you can create a similar video to that video because you see that that video has done well. There's something great about that video. Watch it, learn from it, and then create your version of that video. If you know that certain videos work well on YouTube, like these outlier videos, then you don't have to start from scratch because you already know you're going to have similar title, you can have similar thumbnail, but it's going to be you in it. So that video is already different, but the potential for that video to gain views, to gain subscribers is there because it's already performed well on another person's channel. Failing on YouTube is not easy. And when you see that you put your heart and soul into certain videos and they have failed dismally, like hardly any views, hardly any watch time, and you think, oh my word, is this worth it really? But you learn from those failures. You can look at your graph, you can see when did people drop off. Okay, you need to have better hooks. Okay, you need to incorporate more storytelling. And you learn from that and you try to improve the next video. Because when you fixate on the fact that you think you failed, it doesn't help you move forward. Yes, feel bad for it, but I'm not saying block your feelings. No, don't block your feelings, feel what you need to feel. But don't feel so sad about it that it prevents you from thinking about the next video and actually putting that and actually publishing that next video. Now, here's a really important one. Experiment with your YouTube channel. Yes, I fully advocate for evergreen videos, which are videos that people will watch this year, next year, 10 years from now. For example, if you have a sewing channel and you create a video about sewing for beginners, that is an evergreen topic because people will always be searching for that. But sometimes there are trending topics, right? So if it's just say at the time of the Olympics and you are a sports channel and you want to cover that, that is now a trending topic. And you should have a mix of evergreen and trending topics. I sometimes lean more towards evergreen topics because I know that people watch that content all the time. But I do also incorporate trending videos. So experiment, see what works well on your channel. You won't know until you try. Like on this channel, I saw that there were so many videos, trending videos about how you can become monetized in 30 days. And I knew that, yes, some channels do get monetized in 30 days, but the far majority, it takes far longer, even years to get monetized. So I created my version of that video. Another huge lesson to learn is, ignore the trolls. If somebody says something really nasty to you, delete their comment. You don't have to respond to them. Obviously, if people are giving you constructive feedback, that's different. But I also learned that the far majority of people who comment on your YouTube videos, they're actually really nice people. They are really encouraging. They are so supportive, and it's really a lovely community here on YouTube. That's been my experience. So sometimes we fear things that don't really even happen that much. I just think that hurt people. So when somebody is really negative towards you, when somebody is really negative and they just type out a really nasty comment, it says more about what they are going through. They're new. So don't pay too much attention to negativity on YouTube. Focus on the positives. And sometimes it's easier said than done because words can hurt. Words have power. But always understand, why did you create this YouTube channel? And yes, one person may be nasty to you, but the majority of people are rooting for you. Another lesson is your delivery. Are you being yourself? Because for a long time, I felt I was so robotic. I was so afraid of making mistakes when I was talking. I was not smiling and laughing and happy. And that's my natural disposition. And I just felt that it wasn't really me. And it's taken me a really long time to actually start to be myself when I'm filming my videos. I think I put so much pressure on myself to be a certain way, and that certain way was not really me. So think about your delivery. How can you improve? How can you be more yourself when you are talking on camera? I'm using my phone right now. And I think sometimes we have to actually just have fun creating content. Yes, I have my strategy in place. Yes, I have my content calendar in place. But I also have to remind myself that this is also fun. It's work, yes, but it's also fun. It's enjoyable. It's creative. It's expressing myself. It's me connecting with other people, and they communicate with me via via comments, etc. It's a fascinating platform, and there's so much to learn, and there's so much to enjoy. And sometimes you need to remind yourself, because sometimes we are so fixated on getting monetized, reaching this level of success, having this number of subscribers, etc. We are so focused on the destination that we don't realize that the fun is in the journey of it. The fun is in every step that you take towards getting to where you want to be. Yes, I'm not saying that once you want to get monetized, it isn't wonderful. It is. I have another monetized channel, and it's great. But these steps where you learn, where you upskill, where you connect, it's also so powerful. So enjoy it. And that's a reminder to myself too. This may be a strange lesson, but don't fixate on your appearance. And for a long time, I felt that if I'm going to film my videos, I my hair needs to be open, right? It can't be in a ponytail like this. I felt that I look better with my hair down, so if I'm going to film my videos, it needs to be a certain way. And then I thought, you know what? If I'm always going to wait for my hair to look great to film a video, I'm hardly going to create content. That's just the reality. And I said, no, just get on with it. Like, do what you need to do to feel presentable, to look presentable, but don't fixate on my appearance. People are not scrutinizing me so much. It's about what value I'm actually communicating to the person that's watching. So don't fixate on your appearance. Really don't. It's quite freeing to be on YouTube and feel like you don't have to look a certain way to actually connect with other human beings, that you can be yourself to connect with other people from all over the world. And it also saves you so much preparation time. Oh, yes, it does. It saves you a lot of preparation time. I actually created a video about people and their appearance and starting a YouTube channel. So watch that video because I think it will be helpful. Also, do like, share, and subscribe for more content about all things YouTube, the highs and lows, and everything in between.